What's going on, everyone? What a game. Man, that took a couple years off of my life. You got to give it to Serbia, right? Like, give them credit. They shot the lights out. I mean, they played an excellent game. And then they just, started taking the panic set in. Like, you started to see it, right? Team USA starts, hitting shots, starts locking down, starts really kind of focusing and honing in. Obviously, LeBron was doing LeBron things, driving to the basket, making plays, got that defensive stop to really get things started. Joel Embiid continues to just impress. Like, he was excellent this game. Steph, right? I'm going to jump into the U.S. side of things here in a moment, but you got to give credit to Serbia, right? I mean, they came to play. This was a very good, very intense, very stressful game. This was a game that, again, U.S. really was playing with the water there, right? They were really playing with their food, so to speak, and it almost bit them, right? Can't do that in the gold medal game. Got to play France. France, look, credit France, they're in the gold medal game, but, like, they had the home whistle along the way. But no, like, look, Evan Fournier plays like he's prime Steph in every Olympics, right? They got the two bigs. Wemby's excellent, right? So they have some talent. They have some real talent. So Team USA's really got to buckle down. They really got to lock in, and they got to handle business. Before I dive into, like, the players and just the greatness, right? First off, because it's a Laker channel, Anthony Davis's usage this game was terrible. Right, like he had 4 minutes, I think, in the first half. Right, Joel Embiid was fantastic this game. Right, you leave him out there, you let him cook, you let him do the things that he was doing. I'm all for that. You're telling me you couldn't have slide Anthony Davis alongside him on occasion? It would have helped with the rebounding. Would have helped with Jokic. Would have helped with the other big fella that they were running. Right, like I just try it. Right, like Steve Kerr was not very good. Like he did a lot to try to blow this game. It's just U.S. has the talent, right? And they finally found that unit that just started clicking, just started cooking. And, of course, it's Kevin Durant, LeBron James, right? Steph Curry and their greatness. But, this was a very good, very fun, entertaining. Like, this is what you want to see in the Olympic Games, right? You want to see that hard fought, as long as your country wins, right? Like, as long as U.S. wins, then, this is the type of games you want to see. High pressure. But you saw it, right? The guys that came up big are all the guys that have been there, right? Steph hitting a shot to take the lead, right? He had, 36, something like that, 37? Right? He was unconscious, right? Like, and this was what we were waiting for. It was like, man, he's been kind of just... He's had his struggles, and it's just like, man, defensively, he's a liability, and it's just like not giving you anything on the offensive side. And it was like, he kind of feels like he's due for that game, kind of feels like he's due for that moment. And lo and behold, you get into this game, biggest game so far, and who delivers? Steph, right? Who hits the big shots down the stretch, right? KD, LeBron on the drive, right? Joel Embiid also. You got to give Joel Embiid credit too, but like, a lot of the big shots came from the guys that have been there. That the game, as soon as that 6-point swing happened, that's when I was like, all right, we're gonna win this, right? Because Jokic pushed Anthony Davis into Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant hit that shot, right? And then instead of them getting free throws, which I mean it was the right call, right? It happened first, like just how their rules are, right? They got the ball back, and then Devin Booker hits the three, and that 6-point swing, I mean, it sucked the air out of the building for Serbia, right? And it just put everything in Team USA's favor, and they were like, now, like, okay, we're here now, right? Because talk about a 6-point swing, right? And like, it just changed and shifted, and then all of a sudden, boom, Joel Embiid hits a shot, and then LeBron comes down the court, and then you just started seeing Serbia really start to the panic started setting in, right? And they're just taking, ill-advised shots rather than getting into their actions, right? Like Team USA could not really stop them, right? Like our defense was not good. And look, they were shooting the lights out, don't get me wrong, but they were drawing up actions to where they were getting guys. And I don't know why we kept going under screens. They're shooting the lights out, and we keep going under screens, and they would just stop, elevate, knock it down. Right? Bogdan Bogdanovic was ridiculous this game, right? I mean, they had a very good game. It's hard to beat anybody multiple times. They played Serbia 3 times. They blew them out the first 2 times. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, it wasn't even a contest. You knew that this game was going to be more likely than not a close, hard-fought, tight game. And, for Team USA to rally together, get that done, and really just kind of ride the backs on their top guys, right? Like, that's what they're there for. It's why we have these guys. They have the experience. They've been there, done that. LeBron's been in those situations in the NBA Finals 10 times, right? Like, so he's a guy that, he's familiar with it. Steph, has been there numerous times, right? You just go down the list and it's like Kevin Durant, right? Like, all these guys have been there, done that. All right, this is just another Tuesday, right? This is just another, like, I got this, don't worry, man. But that Steph shot where it rattled it, like that ball did everything it could to get out. And then it finally dropped, and it was like, oh, thank you. And then as soon as U.S. got the lead, like, you just knew that was it, right? Like, because U.S. couldn't get over the hump. It was like Serbia's right there, right? U.S. gets there, and then boom, Serbia pushes it ahead. And then the U.S. gets there, and boom, Serbia pushes it ahead. So it was just like, can you just get over that hump just one time? I mean, you see it in the NBA all the time, right? Team's up 20, team comes back, they get it to like 1 or they tie it or whatever. And then, the team extends it and then they come back, they get it to like 3 and then they just extend it and they just never get over that hump. And then more times than not, like you see, they finally got over the hump and then all the momentum shifts and changes. And again, you saw the panic. You saw the reality of Serbia of like, oh no, they're coming, their confidence is up, the crowd just changed, the crowd's just erupting and everybody's just like losing their minds, and it's just the gravity of the situation just shifted mightily, right? This whole game, it was Serbia's game. This whole game, Serbia was just getting whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, right? They're over there talking smack, looking at Melo, right? Melo's just catching strays of the whole game, right? He's just sitting there trying to enjoy, and they're just going at him over and over again, and but they were in that position, right? All the momentum was in their direction, right? They were driving the ship. They were steering the ship, right? And, U.S. just playing catch up, and then boom, all of a sudden, they just came through. But they really got to tighten up for this gold medal game. They do. They really got to tighten up for this Team USA game. But, again, this being a Laker channel, let's dive into some of these Laker players, right? I mean, LeBron James, he's going to win the MVP. He is. He's going to win the MVP. He is, that dude is just, it is unbelievable. This dude is 70 out there. Dude, he's got all this gray in his beard, and he looks like he's just, I mean, look, however you feel about LeBron, whether you love LeBron, hate LeBron, indifferent about LeBron, appreciate this, enjoy this. Right? Like, this is unprecedented. This is unbelievable, right? Like, just as a basketball fan, right? Just as somebody that loves the sport, how do you not look at what LeBron's doing right now and not go, wow? This dude is just, I mean, look, Team USA is best with LeBron at point guard. Begs the question, is LeBron the point guard for the Lakers? Right? Particularly in the playoffs. Right? Now, JJ Redick wants to run a more motion offense, right? So it's not so reliant on just LeBron making plays, but to just know you have LeBron that you can just like default to when push comes to shove, and that's always, sometimes even your best action, it just goes such a long way. So to me, it's like, watching just how good LeBron has been. And then Anthony Davis and his production and how good he's been, right? I mean, he didn't really get to display it this game, but he had some big moments in the time. Like, that offensive rebound, putback, or little tip in, where he's like turning, corkscrewing sideways and stuff. Like, there's just these things that, that just, the defensive impact, right? Just all the little things. And, again, I think Steve Kerr should have, even Jason Tatum. I know Jason Tatum's jump shot was broke the last, every game. But like his size, his defense, his length, I think would have been huge in this game, especially when Serbia's just shooting the lights out. Again, I just think Steve Kerr did a terrible job with the rotation. I just think that the players overcame that. Right? I just think, and look, us as Laker fans, having Darvin Ham, right? We know what it's like to have the players just kind of overcome some of those things. And that's kind of what it felt like to me, like Steve Kerr, like just some of his rotations and lineups and stuff. Like, I just thought it was very obvious. I just thought it was very obvious how we needed to approach this, the adjustments we needed to change, and they just didn't really change it. And then, like I said, Team USA just kind of found those 5 guys that they just started, tearing it up. And and put us in the position to lead to a win, right? KD started getting hot. He started hitting shots, huge shots, man. That dude hit some huge shots. Look, Kevin Durant is one of, if not the greatest, just scorer. Like, you talk about just pure scorer, right? Ever. He just needs to see one go. He was struggling. He wasn't hit. He couldn't find, he couldn't throw a rock into the ocean. And then he got that one. And that was it. It was just like another one, right? DJ Khaled. But this was just such a great game, such a fun game. Very impressive, right? But we're going to need LeBron. We need LeBron. I mean, LeBron is the leader of this team. LeBron is the guy. He's the best player on this team. We go on his back, right? And he's going to carry us to that goal. And then, Anthony Davis, hopefully he gets some more. I mean, you're going to have to play Anthony Davis more this matchup against France because, again, they got Wemby and they got Gobert, right? At times they're probably going to run both of them. I think, you go AD and you go Embiid. Match them up. I just hope that it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, let's throw Devin Booker on Wemby. It's like, come on, right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Are you excited that we're going to the gold? What did you think of that game? Was that as stressful for you as it was for me? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.